Hi, I'm Melissa, your free range psychic. Today is January 26th, 2020, and it's a Sunday, and I'm going to do a update on Mitch McConnell and the Senate trial. What a circus. I didn't watch, I guess this is terrible, I'm going to say I'm sorry, I did not watch any of the Republican um, lawyers setting up their legal defense. I couldn't bear it. I don't think I'm going to watch any of it, but I will see snippets of it, I'm sure. I did see like Jim Jordan chewing gum as he was walking into the chamber there. He's so professional. So, forever, and nothing wrong with gym teachers or wrestling coaches, but that's kind of his thing. Even though he's a senator, he doesn't really care. I was kind of shocked by that, actually, a little bit. But hey, it's Jim Jordan. I shouldn't really be shocked. So I'm going to use the Ciro Marchetti cards, Gilded Tarot, and there is a card for us at the end that my guides chose. So when I do these readings, I am shown the cards psychically, and then I ask my guides why they chose those cards. Oh, Lordy, there are tapes. I don't know if anybody was watching. I'm sure the majority of you probably were, if not everybody, Rachel Maddow. When that news broke, and it is still breaking as ABC releases more and more. I think they've actually released all of that particular tape, but there's more coming. Trust me on that one. Seems like Love Parna's taped or recorded everything. Oh, it's so fantastic. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Trump is just, he is out of his mind, and the more he does that, the more he shows, not that he has much of a mask, but he is the true mafia don. His mafia is showing. It's all over the place. It's Jay Sekulow, the kind of lawyers he has when he thought that I'm terrible at names. Valerie Deming, the senator, when she said FOIA lawsuits, and she said lawyer lawsuits, and then he started throwing a fit over that lawyer lawsuits. He didn't know what FOIA was. Oh my God. It's going to be such a clown show, but and no offense against clowns, but it's almost worth watching it just to see some of that. But those people are so odious, the GOP, all of them. So the first card I got in this reading from my guides was the Devil. So this is Trump. I think what this means, and this is Mitch McConnell also. It always represents Putin and all those guys, but I think it represents the merging of the two, and also McConnell's agenda, which is pure evil, which is shutting down Social Security and Medicare and anything that benefits the good of the whole, and destroying the government so that the 1% can just get richer and richer and richer. And it doesn't matter. He hates anything that helps people. Although I believe that when he was younger, he had, I think, polio and benefited from all those kinds of programs, but he doesn't want anybody to have them. And so he loves, when you see him looking at Trump with those adoring eyes, he loves Trump because he knows Trump is delivering for him. Trump is going to give him everything he wants. Finally, it's his Messiah who's coming in and destroying government environmental regulations and anything that is protecting us from big corporations and from pollution, from discrimination, anything like that. He loves that. Yeah, voter protection. So this is McConnell. This could represent McConnell as well as Trump or Putin or Grassley or anybody else like that. he's coming from a place of pure evil. Above is Knight of Swords, so this is his MO. This is how he wants this trial to go. He wants to make it go really quickly, be really aggressive, deflect, and then shut it down so that Trump can have his State of the Union address, that this can be over in time. So he wants to gallop full speed ahead for that to happen. In the past, this is McConnell ruling over the Senate with an iron fist, intransigent, shutting all those bills down, getting all those federal judges through. Below, the Emperor. This is Trump. This is McConnell, and who outrightly said we're going to work in tandem with the administration, with the White House. So he's in constant communication with Trump. There's no impartiality. Vows be damned. Even though ostensibly I think it's punishable by imprisonment if you vow to be impartial in front of the Chief Justice Roberts in this case, and say you're going to be impartial. Who cares? Because that's his man. He's gonna do his bidding. He's gonna come through for Trump. So this is interesting. In the future, I got the same cards as the last time. I got the Page of Swords, and I got the Queen of Swords. My guides say there will be witnesses. This is Lev Parnas. This is Bolton. All those guys, and this is Nancy Pelosi, and I think this might mean that she's going to take legal action to get these witnesses in if the Senate doesn't approve them. I'm skeptical myself whether there'll be witnesses, because they certainly don't seem to want them, but my guides keep on saying no, there'll be witnesses. So we'll see if I'm hearing my guides correctly or it was just my wishful thinking. But this is what I'm getting again in the future. And in the clarifying card, the clarifying card is the Wheel of Fortune. So my guides say this is the tie going against McConnell, the wheel spinning against him, that his fate is changing. He no longer has the wind behind his back. He's going to be getting weaker. Things are not going to go his way. And that was the card we got for January. I'm not sure if I think this card came up in the last reading, but the wheel came up in the reading before on 2020 for January. This is things not going McConnell's way. Outcome card, I got the Four of Pentacles for him. So my guides say that this has to do with McConnell. This is McConnell's stance. I'm holding on to everything. I'm not going to give 1 inch. I want it all. I want it all. This is his greed. This is his trajectory. There's no give in him. He does not want to share anything. He does not want to compromise it. He wants to keep everything to himself. This is true greed and stubbornness and willfulness. And I asked for a clarifying card. My guide said the Hermit. So they're saying that this isolates him. Isolates him not only from the Democrats, but also from quite a few of the senators, and also the some of the base, even the working class guys, the ones who perceived Trump or bought the lie, like the farmers, that there was something for them, and then now there's nothing for them. So if that makes any sense, McConnell is more and more isolated. And I needed a third card, and the third card was the Ten of Swords. So I believe they're saying this is the downfall of McConnell and the GOP. This stance that they're taking, which is doubling down, which is having no respect for the law, no respect for anybody. This because they're on this mission where they think it's glorious. I think I heard Steve Court, who Joy did a fantastic job being able to facilitate that discussion. I don't know if anybody watched Joy Reid. She had her show on last night, and Court is a Trump surrogate, and he was saying how wonderful, the Trump administration is, and how glorious those rallies are, and that we need somebody like Trump right now. We need this kind of thug because he's going to, get the wall built, and he's, going to do all these fantastic Trump things. But this stance is causing more and more isolation of this party. It's really going to destroy. And we've seen that in action. The GOP as we know it. So far, that is my reading on Mitch McConnell in the Senate right now. So I would love to see witnesses. Fingers crossed. So the card that we got for us is from the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. So when I asked for this a card for us, I didn't have the deck in front of me or the book, and so I just had them give me the number of the card, and they gave me 11. And so this was the card when I looked it up. Fear. And I'll read you the card. The time for courage is here. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. You must examine whether your fears are old or new, helpful or unhelpful. Fear blocks flow. If there is one thing that stops people from fulfilling their dreams, it's fear. Experiencing fear is built into a chemical part of the way our brain works to protect ourselves. Emotions such as fear cause the production of a whole raft of body chemicals that give us the best chance of coping with situations that need our attention to survive. There's a healthy kind of fear, the fear that warrants us to keep out of a dangerous situation or stay clear of someone who instinctively makes us wary. However, it would be a rare person who does not have at least one fear that does not serve them. A fear that is unrealistic or untrue, or perhaps based on an outmoded experience, or something that is buried so deeply we only see the symptoms rather than the fear itself. Most fears have been formed with a positive interest of protection. We need to separate the intention out and deal with it in a more resourceful and less destructive way if we are to create ease and flow in our lives. Fear has many names. Covert ones are envy, jealousy, codependence, procrastination, bullying, people-pleasing, disconnection. More overt ones are avoidance, fear of failure, or fear of success. There is, however, a kind of antidote to fear, and it is courage. Fear will put up an initial resistance to courage, but it has no real long-term power against it. While we can be fearful and courageous at the same time, and I think courage contains a mighty big dose of fear, we can choose to face that fear and flow with it until we fear less, and then eventually become fearless. The process isn't always graceful. It isn't always impressive, because it may be slow and deliberate, the steps that we take. Taking these steps isn't always an understatement. It's not always easy. I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat that. Taking these steps isn't always easy, which is an understatement. It isn't always apparent to others. So it should be about us measuring how far we have come and not worrying about it and not worrying what anybody else thinks about it. Comparison is useless. Courage is powerful. It is powerful no matter what form it takes. And I think I skipped the affirmation here. I am courageous. I think that is so appropriate for this time, where the fires of fear are being fanned. It's an alliteration for you, but they really are, and it seems to be more and more intense, which is purposeful regarding the current powers that be in our administration, and it seeps out through the media, because fear makes us feel powerless. It makes us question ourselves and our own autonomy to be part of the manifestation of our current reality. It cuts us off from our higher selves. It cuts us off from our sense of purpose, and we're looking for somebody to save us and help us. But we are being called upon to rise up and to take our power, to be courageous, and to fight back and not give in, not feel like they're bigger than us and we're these little small creatures running around. We are powerful. We are equally powerful spiritually, if not more, because light is more powerful than dark, although dark can certainly make us feel less. So take your courage. Illuminate fear. Illumination is one of the biggest antidotes to fear. Also, don't be ashamed of your fear. Face your fear. Have courage. And move through it. Realize that we're being protected by divine forces. And they will come in. They will come in to protect us if we pray, if we ask them to. So that is my reading. At this point, I remind everybody I am available for readings. I do past life readings, present concerns, past, present, in this lifetime. I'm a medium. I can help communicate with those who've passed, see if they passed over, help pass them over if they haven't made their transition. And also, I love to introduce people to their guardian angels. Oh, there is a musical interlude at the end like there was last time. And I hope you enjoy it. You guys take care. Till the next time, love to you all.